Ira, your college career hasn't been the most normal compared to a lot of others. How would you summarize the first 3 years and now going into your fourth year here?
I, I describe it as a roller coaster, but a good one that I've learned from. There's been many different things and many different aspects that have happened to me and to the team in the 3 years I've been here. But altogether, I think it's built me into the person I am today. It's allowed me to lead the guys that I have now, and overall, it's just made me a better person too.
Mm. What would you say was the most eye-opening experience that you've had here at Arizona?
Eye opening. I'll probably say my sophomore year, the year after we won Pac-12, we had DeAndre and everybody. But my sophomore year, we didn't have as much talent, and there was a period where we were playing with like six guys. So I guess that was the most eye-opening because it really taught me the adversities of college basketball.
And what do you want to accomplish in your fourth year here? And have you thought about possibly returning for another year?
To be honest with you, I have not. I've been thinking solely on this year. I'm still approaching this year as my last year, and solely I want to win this year. I know a lot of the expectations for us in the media and publicly isn't that big, but what's going on in our locker room, what's going on at McHale every single day when we practice, we still believe we're top dog. We still believe we're going to be this even better, harder working team this season. So I just want to win and hopefully just lead this team to as much success as we can get this season.
Alec White, you're up next.
Hey Ira, good to see you again. You've the last 4 years, the roster has had a lot of turnover, new faces, a lot of transfers, but you've been kind of the one guy over the last couple years that has been a staple on this roster. So I'm curious to get your perspective of the last couple off seasons, just seeing new faces arrive on campus each year and the transition that it has of everybody getting to know each other and what that process has been like for you this year, especially with a lot of international guys and the delay of people getting on campus.
Well, obviously, this year was way different than the years before. We didn't have the summer program. We didn't get a chance to meet each other in June. And even when we came in August, a lot of us came at different times in August. So it was different. But, once we got together, everybody clicked. And for me personally, I've never had a problem with getting along with people. So each and every year, I see it as I'm meeting a new brother. And then as far as basketball goes, I've learned a lot from each guy that's came in. Even this year with the new guys we have, I'm learning. So it's been an honor to play with all those guys and just to learn and see them every day.
Is there a secret ingredient, if you would call it that, of bringing everybody together? Because you've been through it the last 3 years. Is there something that needs to click in order for everybody to blend, just because you've seen so much transition?
This year, especially, I emphasize, teaching the freshmen, especially since we're a team that's mostly freshmen. I think we have seven of them. So, just teaching them, different things, defense, offense. And then plus, remember, we weren't here over the summer, so they didn't get that chance to get ahead. So, just being on them and then, making sure I'm on them about getting up early, doing the extra stuff, just staying on top of themselves. As coach always tells us, lead ourselves. So I'm always telling them, hey, make sure you guys lead yourself. And they've been doing a great job of it. And I know they're a big part of this team. So you gotta work hard on the core. They're the core.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Rivera, you're up next.
Just real quick to piggyback off that question, how does that translate chemistry-wise on the court with so many new guys? You've been here a number of years, like Alex said, just how it works, knowing where each other will be, how you guys will get along in terms of playing together. How was that?
That was actually a big question. I actually wondered before coming back this season how's it going to work, because this is a team with a bunch of new guys, not just with the European guys, just in general. There's only 2 true returners between me and Jamal. And I mean, James and Jordan are here, but they didn't play last year. So I was wondering that before, like, how's this going to work? But, you know, when we got together, I saw that they all work hard, they all listen, and they all want to win too. So, you know, I just attacked that part of it, you know, just always being in their ears. Hey, do this, and hey, lift a little more here, and maybe you should eat this. And just on the court, always on them. Hey, play hard. Just always play hard, even if you make mistakes. Because big thing with being a freshman is you make mistakes, then you think, oh, I'm the worst player in the world. It's like, no, you're gonna make 100 mistakes. Keep going. You know, just little things like that. You know.
Bruce Pasco up next.
Through the years, you've seen this before.
Oh, go ahead, Steve. You're still on.
If I could real quick, through the years, you've seen this team go from running a lot early, you know, the pace was fast, and then after a while, it starts to shrink and go slower. Do you think that with so many new players, so much talent, that you guys can continue that pace longer?
Yeah, definitely. We have the athletes to do it this year. We've definitely put a lot more work into conditioning. And this off season, we wake up every day, 5 days a week, 6 a.m. You know, to do the bike workout and weight. So, you know, so we emphasize conditioning and, you know, taking care of our bodies, because that in past years I've seen that's where it's been the issue, where we don't take care of our bodies, we break down, then you can't maintain that pace. You know, so emphasis this year is maintenance and take care of yourself.
Thank you, Ira.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that, Steve. Go ahead, Bruce. You're up next.
So Ira, sort of along those lines too, but I was wondering, when you talk about the adjustments, I was wondering too, like language-wise, it seems like everybody speaks English pretty well. I just wondering on the court how it's gone, if sometimes guys don't understand exactly what you or the coaches are saying, or you know, and also, do you have guys like Christian and Daniel who may be speaking in French to each other, and you know, whatever? How's that been like?
In the beginning, it was different, because one, it wasn't with the new guys. It wasn't that they didn't know how to speak English. It was just, one, they're in a new place and they're just in a whole different system of basketball. So, you know, there's going to be a lot of different terms that came up, like jumping the ball screen or X out on help defense. You know, that type of stuff is not going to click with them at first. But now, you know, they're comfortable. Guys like Azuolas and Kerr, you know, they're talking more in practice. You know, you could see it. You know, they're talking more. They're up more in defense, and you know, I don't really see it as a problem. And also, too, Christian can talk to like Ben and Daniel, so that helps too.
Right. I almost wonder if they're like, you know, kidding you guys or saying things behind your back in French that you don't even know.
No, none of that. They're all good dudes, man. They're all good dudes.
And one other thing I was wondering too, I don't know if you saw it or played against Daniel much before he got hurt, but I was kind of curious if you did, what you thought of his game, and you know, if he gets back this year at some point, what does he bring, kind of thing.
He's special. He's a kid that works really hard. He plays hard too. I think first day he missed 2 left-hand layups. The next morning he shot like 100 left-hand layups. He's that type of guy. You know, he wants to be perfect. So, you know, it was really, you know, sad to hear he's not playing this season. But also, I know he's going to bounce back from this, because I know he's going to work 10 times harder. So he's going to have a bright future here.
Does that adjust anything? You still have 4 guys that can play those 2 post spots. You got plenty of experience and talent there. Does it change anything, the possible rotation or that you see that?
To be honest with you, even with the rotation, I don't even know. I don't even know the rotation. I don't know what Coach Miller wants. I don't know what his scheme is, and it's hard because we have a lot of talent in the front court this year between me, Azuolas, Jordan Brown, and Christian Koloko. We all bring something different to the game, and we all do a great job at it. So it's hard to tell, especially right now.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, you're up next.
I was just going to ask you, what's been your impression of Azuolas so far, both on and off the court?
That's my silent killer. He doesn't say much, but he comes in every day
he does his job, he works hard, and he might be one of the best left-handed players I've ever played with.
Rich Herrera, you're up next.
Thank you so much, Ira. Thanks for joining us today. Following up with what Bruce said about basketball terminology, have you picked up any new words or any phrases in foreign languages being around the guys in Latvian or French or anything?
I'm sure. I think Daniel told me a couple words the other week. I don't think they're the best words. So I'm not going to say it on here, but I picked up a few.
And then follow up, if you don't mind. Have you been able to show the players around as you guys have team bonding? A couple guys mentioned they've gone to Topgolf for dinner. Have you been able to show people around and recommend places to eat and things to do in town?
I've recommended places. I'm a guy that's kind of scared of COVID, so I I go to the gym and come back home. But I recommend spots. I have the guys come over some nights. I'll cook dinner for them. We'll have like a Uno night. But that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yep, no problem.
Ryan Wool, you're up next.
I was wondering how your mindset has changed coming into this season, after Chase Jeter, Stone Gettings left, and more times opening up in those big man spots.
Mm-hmm. My main focus is coming as a leader. But with that, being a leader, you got to lead by example too. So I made sure I came back in the best shape I could be in. Worked a lot of my mid-range. I know that's something I could confidently say that's part of my game. Like I'll probably shoot a few of those a game now. And just knowing college basketball. I mean, I've been here for a long time. Just being able to give my knowledge to the freshmen. I guess to answer your question, my overall mindset is come in, give as much knowledge as I can to others, and just do what I do best, play hard and play to win. So.
Yeah, thank you. Also, one last thing. Have you been playing more at the 4 or the 5 like this year so far?
Quite honestly, I've been playing a lot of both. Cause they're like 5. Like when I play the 5, if I'm at the 5 and we go small ball, then I'm not going to post up. We're going to be running a lot. We're going to look to run and gun and getting a lot of ball screens, 5-out situations. So I see the 4 and the 5 as the same, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and last one, Bruce, you're up.
Hey, I remember when we spoke to you over the summer, we talked a little bit about Black Lives Matter and the song you wrote, and I was just curious your thoughts on how things have played out since then, especially now that we're into election week here and everything that's going on. What's your kind of opinion on what's happening?
I really feel like not much has gotten better. This election day has been quite interesting for all of us. I'm still paying attention to that as we speak. Actually, it's on my phone. And but yeah, it's. I feel like not much has changed. There's a lot of different events I could bring up right now, but I'll just keep it at that. I don't turn my back to it. I still support it. I still, I still have my activism ways, but I haven't seen much change.
Yeah, I was just wondering maybe if you thought voter turnout was better as a result of all this or anything like that.
You're right. Keep some positive here. Yeah, the voter turnout was a lot better. Just even a lot of my personal friends, people that I used to hear say, "Oh, I'll never vote," or "Voting doesn't matter." They were breaking their necks to vote. So that I think that was a positive.
And one other kind of other question I was wondering a little bit off the court is like I was wondering like what's this routine been like for you guys where you go in and have breakfast and get tested every day and all that? I mean, has the testing been a hassle, or is it just like at this point is it no big deal? Or what's it been like to go through that?
At this point, it's not really a hassle. Like I said, we were waking up at 6 a.m. anyway, so most of us now we're on a time clock where we wake up at 6:30 on an off day. So it's not that big of a deal. We see it as routine and we just see it as a way for us to play basketball. So you gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay. Nate, can I ask one more?
Yeah, go for it, Bruce.
So Ira, I was just wondering, you being a veteran guy, being around this league, you said earlier that you guys felt pretty good about yourselves. I'm just wondering, when I look at you or anybody, it's difficult to predict exactly how good you are because you have so many new guys, and so I just kind of wondering, where do you think that that you guys might fit in the Pac-12 specifically in that race? I mean, do you feel like you guys can still make a run for it, or do you look at from what you know of some of the other teams? A lot of teams have a lot of guys back. I mean, who do you think is going to be good besides you guys?
Besides us, see UCLA. I think UCLA will continue their run from last year. They have a very, very good coach with Coach Cronin. USC has a lot of talent, so I won't be surprised if they surprise people. Oregon always figures out a way to come out of nowhere. And that's all I really know about. I really haven't been paying attention to other teams. I got friends on other teams in Pac-12, but I really haven't been talking to anybody else and locked in on us. So, but from what I've seen with us, I think we're going to do a lot of damage in the Pac-12. And that's just not, I'm not being biased. That's just being honest.